Welcome to the Beloved Plant channel. Today you're going to see 30 different indoor succulents. This is a succulent that doesn't do too well inside the house, so it's getting etiolated. It's all stretched because it's reaching out for light. What you want is the opposite of this. So stick around and you're gonna see succulents that won't have this behavior. This is one of my favorite, Haworthia Fasciata. You can keep it somewhat away from the window and it will do well. Do you see this brown piece here? That's because I like placing it outside when it's summertime. Always in indirect light, otherwise it really looks toasted. But with a lot of indirect light it will grow. That's why you're seeing here this light green at the top. This is new growth. But it will still grow and respond well if it's away from the window a little bit, up to a meter or so. This Haworthiopsis is also very good. There's a funny story I think about this, because every time I see it in a store there's a piece missing of some leaf. I think people tend to think this is made of plastic, but it's a real plant, people. Alworthia, also great in shadow environments. It actually gets quite brown if you leave it exposed to sunshine. It's just colorful, I'd say. It doesn't look bad. Aloe Aristata, this is one of my favorite, my queen plant. I love having it in the middle of the table as a centerpiece. It's very hassle-free. It does well with a bit of indirect sunshine. It also does well without that much water, so if you travel a lot, it's a good plant. Here's another Aloe Aristata. I love it when it looks this way. It's not sick, people. This one was exposed to some sun outside there, but you can see that in the center it looks still very green. This is also very hassle-free and one of my favorite plants. I also have it in a shaded garden. You can see it here, how green it looks. It's also very beautiful. From this point in the video onwards, you're gonna see succulents that need a little bit more light. They need to be closer to the window. So this is the string of pearls, well known. Keep it away from direct sunlight, but give it some sun, at least in the morning or at the end of the day. String of nickels, another great houseplant, very nice looking. String of Dolphins is another one that loves indirect light. Great to have at the windowsill. This aloe is very low maintenance. It will fill your vase very quickly. But it's kind of spiky as well, so beware with children. This is an Aloe Blizzard, very hard to find here in Ireland, so you can see mine is kind of broken, but I'm pretty sure it's going to recover quick enough. There's some growth observed in the center of the plant. It's beautiful, isn't it? Blizzard, but it looks like lizard skin. Gasteria Flow, this was the third plant from the pot I just showed you now. This one requires a bit more light, otherwise it will get stretched. Here's another variety of Gasteria for you. String of Turtles, this is a Peperomia. It's so delicate, so beautiful. It does super well close to a window, but it does shed some leaves. Hope that's not a problem for you. String of Hearts, I'm in love with this plant. It's new in the house. That's a variegated version, and when you water it often enough, it actually the leaves get quite succulent. If you try to kind of bend the leaf, it's very hard. And I'll present another type here, which is the most commonly found String of Hearts, also equally beautiful. The issue with me is that if I get a plant, I get all of the varieties of the plant. I can't get enough of them. Rhipsalis, also great, and there's also a huge variety of Rhipsalis. I have it outside here because it loves rain. This Senecio is blue, it's so beautiful. I have it outside, it also enjoys the rain, but I avoid direct sun, because you see the leaves start getting yellow, they burn, they dry, and they drop. Part of life, but hey. Dinner plate plant, it's an Aeonium. I love them, I have a collection as well. It loves water, doesn't like sun that much, and slugs and snails absolutely adore this plant. So watch out for them, they like hiding in between. Great house plant, looks so cool with those pots with a face on them. I love this plant because it's so colorful no matter what. So this is one that has been in a shaded spot. You can see there's a lot of green and white. And here is the same plant exposed to sun. It gets a lot more purpley. This type of Haworthia is definitely an indoor succulent, but it also likes a lot of indirect light. You can see that it has its transparent tips, so it kind of needs more light to be able to produce chlorophyll. You can see that mine is a little bit stretched. I haven't nailed it. You know, they say you can adapt it to some direct sun. I haven't been successful, I have to tell you. I find it kind of fussy, but it's giving me plenty of babies. So isn't this sedum gorgeous? It's all red like this because it was exposed to direct sun. And here is the same variety in a shaded part of the garden. It's quite beautiful, easy care. If you lay it on the ground like this, it will cover it. If you put it in a hanging basket, you got a hanging plant. Very good. This is another one. This is the mini version of kind of the same plant I just showed you. This one doesn't go red though. I'll show you a bunch of crassulas now. They generally do well inside the house. Watch out for the names there on the screen. And this is the Crassula perforata. This one needs a little bit more light, so the ones that I show from this point on will require more light. Crassula ovata gollum. I love this plant so much. It looks like under the sea stuff. This one as well, the undulata. In warmer weathers, this turns into a beautiful bush. Crassula ovata is the most popular of all. There are still some varieties of this one plant. This one has been exposed to direct sun, though that's why it's a little bit more colorful than usual. We'll wrap it up with an aloe vera, which is a plant with healing properties. This vase in particular, I kept it kind of away from even indirect light, and I noticed that it's full of babies, like smaller plants surrounding the main plant. I have a different pot that is outside. It has been exposed to indirect light for more hours a day, and in that vase the main plant grew bigger rather than other smaller plants emerging from the earth. So if you know that there's a theory around that, do comment in the section below.